Hello, everyone, and happy Easter. Yes, this is the theme, along with
the Reverend on you.
Now, we're going to continue this. We just made a video talking about Batman v Superman, and that video had non-spoilers. But in this video, we're just gonna roll our critique. We're just gonna try not to tear this movie to bits. These are spoilers here.
Yeah, we're gonna spoil the shit about everything. Okay. Well, almost everything. Everything we can fucking remember. All right.
So if you're tuning in and if you didn't read the damn title of the video because it's gonna say spoilers, and if you don't want it to be spoiled, leave now.
Exit out.
Yes, exit.
Right.
X. Back. Whatever.
Okay.
But let's start at the beginning.
Okay. All right. If we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna spoil things from the very beginning, first thing that we got to say, and this is very obvious, is that they start out with Bruce Wayne's origin story, which is completely fucking unneeded. All right. Everybody at this point knows it, and it's not like there hasn't already been like at least half a dozen different fucking cinematic versions of his origin.
What were they hoping to add with that? If that's the thing about it. With that origin story, you can't add too much to it. Yeah. It's not like Superman's origin story where you can add a rocket ship or a big spiky ball on how he got the Earth like that. In Batman's Bruce Wayne's origin story, there's only fucking one way to do it. If you fuck that up, then it's not the fucking origin story. Let's say if Bruce, Thomas, and Martha Wayne didn't walk down the alley, they was just gunned in the middle of the open, you will be like, no, that's not how the fuck it went.
Yep.
They're going to go down the alley, they're going to see somebody, either dude is going to confront them or not, or even talk or not. Okay, a man and a woman get shot, yep. All right? And a boy gets left there.
Yep.
That's pretty much it. There's no other way to fucking do that origin story, and it was unnecessary.
Yeah, and it's just not needed, okay? And basically from that point on, they continue on, and we find out that the actual real-time or current events happened 18 months after the end of Man of Steel, okay? And for all those motherfuckers who said, oh, Superman didn't kill that many people, they evacuated folks out of those buildings. No. They show you the point of view from ground fucking zero, okay? Thousands of motherfuckers died that day. All right, all because he went ahead and he decided to go ahead and throw down in the middle of a populated city. Okay, and because of that, basically everybody now, even though Superman is like running all over the place and flying around all over the fucking place, saving people, random people left and right, they've got politicians and activists running around saying, okay, do we really need this guy? Is this guy the best thing for humanity?
Yes. Is he a good guy? Is he good? Is he bad? Or is he in between?
If he's going to be around, is he really serving our best interest? Or is he doing something sinister? All right.
Or it's we've seen the demonstration of his power. What if?
Yeah.
Type of thing.
And it's
a deterrent against him. Maybe we need a deterrent against him. Whatever. Is he our friend? Why is he saving us shit? It's always on those guidelines as far as, can we trust this guy? Is he actual hero? And can he be turned? Can he be used for the wrong things? Who else can manipulate him? So on and so forth.
And the funny thing about it is that, certain things happen in the movie where it points out that it looks like Superman is being manipulated, okay? But it looks like Superman is doing things that aren't beneficial to people, all right? So, the triggering incident, the centering incident that they have in the middle of all that shit that supposedly causes everybody to start really looking into him seriously is fucking bullshit, okay? Look, they've got Lois Lane, and she's accompanying a CIA agent to talk to this African warlord, okay, who's never been talked to any press or anything before, all right? But for some reason, she gets access to this dude, okay? And what happens is that she ends up in front of this African warlord. Things go south, all right? They they take her hostage and they start killing motherfuckers all in this village, right? They shoot everybody, okay? And then the terrorists, the guys who are pushing the strings, they roll the fuck out of there, all right?
I don't understand how they got away.
Yeah, you know, considering Superman shows up like 30 seconds later, only saves fucking Lois Lane, all right? And then they show these people from an African village, you know, sitting there giving testimony before like the United Nations or whatnot about how, you know, there were dead bodies everywhere, but they're all dead from fucking gunfire. How the fuck?
Why the fuck would Superman show up and kill motherfuckers? But you got bullet holes, you got bullets still in these motherfuckers.
Yeah, you know,
it's like, wait a minute, come on, and you're pointing your finger at Superman.
Yeah, I mean that didn't make any
sense at all.
All right. That was really fucking retarded. Okay.
And here's another thing I never ever understood, and they did this shit twice in the fucking movie. If Superman shows up, wherever your initial target is as a hostage at that point, you might as well shoot him.
Yeah.
You might as well kill that hostage. Don't threaten Superman. I'll kill her or I'll kill him. Come on, dude. There's no fucking gripping point. Oh my God, he'll kill her if Superman moves. Seriously?
It's
surrender or
just or
do you see how I got here?
Yeah, I mean, he did. Here's the thing: the guy who's holding her hostage doesn't even have to shoot her in the head, shoot her dead, shoot her in the foot. There, no, I'll shoot her again, motherfucker, if you even blink.
Yeah, pull the fucking trigger.
You know, that's us talking kind of common sense, all right? The whole situation with Superman being blamed over a whole bunch of dead villagers who've been shot.
He gets the blame for it.
All right, he gets the blame for it, okay? It's just fucking retarded.
And even though Lois can vouch for him, she takes one of the okay, she has her book and she takes a fucking bullet out of it.
Yeah.
The funniest thing about it is, regardless of any situation, she can go to anybody and be like, wait a minute, he saved me, I was there, here's the fucking bullet, let's trace this shit here, because I guarantee you this bullet is in a whole bunch of motherfuckers that are there, no Superman didn't do that shit, and so on.
Yeah, but let's move on, all right? So, you have Superman, he's not in the greatest of light, okay? People are sitting there, they're debating whether or not he's a good guy, whether or not they should sit there and embrace him as a savior or whatnot, you know, and they go through the whole theological and sociological fucking, what's that? They go ahead and they ruminate over whether or not having a Superman around is a good thing, right? Mm-hmm. In the meantime, they show Batman, all right? Now, if you're expecting a bat who abides by the code of never killing anybody or never using guns, you will be sorely fucking disappointed.
Not this movie.
Yeah, not this movie. Not this movie, okay? The Bat is just as willing to probably cap a guy twice as he is to throw a motherfucker off the top of a building, okay? Or run him over with his fucking car, all right? Okay? The Bat here is not the no guns, no fatalities fucking Bat, all right?
Even though later on in the movie he kind of tried that, but it's no avail because of the situation.
Yeah, I mean, you know, let's just say this. Christopher Nolan's version of the Batman was absolutely gentle in comparison to this version of Batman, all right? Which isn't to say that didn't give us some cool moments, which we'll cover a little bit later, all right? But yeah, the Bat that we have here is not the same Batman, all right? He is not your no-kill, no-guns Batman, all right? Mm-hmm. You know, and during this whole time, they showed him at Ground Zero and everything else, and he's angry, and he sees that, okay, all this death and destruction was caused by Superman, all right? And then he's starting to have, like, these nightmarish dreams about Superman taking over the world and him, like, running some sort of fucking resistance to fight against Superman and his army and all of that. You know, that whole scene that you see with Superman, you know, coming over to Batman and ripping his mask off while he's chained up and everything. It's a fucking dream.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen in real life. All right. It's a fucking dream. All right. In fact, it's one of, I think, 3 or 4 of them that need to be in the fucking movie. Okay. Let's just be fucking honest. All right. Just, you know, so he's getting madder and madder at the moment of the fact that there's a Superman around. Okay. In the meantime, we get introduced to Alexander Lex Luthor. All right.
At the same time, we get introduced to Wonder Woman, Clark Kent, and Bruce Wayne.
Well, the introduction to Wonder Woman is kind of tertiary, all right? But as far as establishing characters and setting up plot, especially during the first 90 minutes goes, all right, we got Lex Luthor, who is, if you haven't seen our other video, is playing Jim Carrey's Riddler, all right? He's, I don't know if they decided to make him ADD or have Asperger's. You know, they might as well have gotten the guy who plays Sheldon from fucking Big Bang Theory to go. All right.
Parsons.
Yeah, I'm serious. All right.
Woo.
You know, and
yeah, Lex was just totally out of character in the movie.
Yeah, and the thing about Lex is that it turns out that he's the guy who's pulling all the strings. That he's
There's no fucking way that Lex should have been pulling the strings that he was pulling. There's no way.
Okay, it's all right. We find out that yes, he's the guy who figures out. Oh, hey, look, this is kryptonite. It does really weird things to fucking to Kryptonians. All right. Turns out that through his influence and power, he gets full access to the crashed ship of General Zod, right? The scout ship, and he gets full access to General Zod's body, and he also gets
possession.
He gets permission to go ahead and start working on all of this shit, right? You know, they
got the possession of the kryptonite that they found. There was a big rock of kryptonite that they found, and that's what, you know, they wanted to deliver that shit to LexCorp.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, and what happens is that it turns out that he figures out, hey, look, I can turn this into a weapon that can be used against Superman. All right. His whole thing is that he's pushing Congress along to do something against Superman. All right. You know, they go ahead, they have this big hearing. All right. Superman finally shows up for the massacre in Africa. Okay. And during that hearing, one of the guys who was a victim, who lost his legs during the fight in Metropolis between Superman and General Zod a full 2 years ago, all right, turns out dude basically decides to be a suicide bomber. He's got a bomb in his...
He actually worked for Wayne Tech.
Yeah. Yep. And
he was actually an employee of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne.
And was saved by Bruce Wayne.
Yep. Bruce Wayne was taking care of him also, you know. Turns out that he's got a bomb in his chair. Bomb goes off. They kill everybody in the Capitol fucking building, right? And for some reason, again, everybody fucking blames Superman. Okay? I understand it's kind of awkward to sit there and look at that. Yeah, he's the only dude standing there alive, okay? And, you know, at the hearings at Capitol Hill, everybody else in the fucking building is dead.
Well, actually, later on, they did say the dude in the wheelchair was the result of that.
Yeah. All right.
They did say that.
But, you know, their whole thing is that they turned it around where all of a sudden the sentiment was because he was hurt during the fight 2 years ago, that this is what caused him to go mad. All right. It didn't make a lot of sense. All right.
Another thing that didn't make sense about that, Mercy was in there. Mercy is Lex Luthor's assistant.
Yeah. And
she was actually in there when everyone got blown up.
You know, I bet you that girl, when she sat there and she got the call and said, hey, look, you know, I've got cast for a DC EU role in the upcoming Batman v Superman movies, I'm set for life. I'm going to be set for a few more movies. No, bitch, you're going to die. All right. And that's exactly what happened. Okay. Because Mercy is very much Lex Luthor's Harley Quinn. Okay. His counterpart in Majordomo. All right. If you look at Lex coming up through the comic book series and also in the animated series, Mercy was a mainstay. She was always right there, okay? But they go ahead, they decide to have Mercy around, only for around, like, she shows up on screen a total of, like, maybe 4 minutes.
Wait, didn't she say, like, maybe 5 words?
Yeah, like, something like that. May I help you, Mr. Wayne? All right? Which, hey, we're right there at that part. You know, she's there at the party where everybody meets up, okay? And during this whole time, there's just like, you know, Bruce Wayne shows up at Lex Luthor's little shindig, and Clark Kent is right there, and Clark Kent is like, who's that? Dude, he's only the richest, most famous man in the whole fucking world, and you're a fucking reporter. You have no idea.
You have no idea who Bruce Wayne is. Seriously? Not, what's Mr. Wayne doing here? You had no idea who Bruce Wayne was? Seriously?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. That was an instant. Especially if you flew around this motherfucker. Say the motherfuckers. No. That was a total disconnect to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that right there, that was one of those things where it just didn't make much sense. All right.
And then, you know, during the party, you have Bruce Wayne that's in contact with Alfred, and while they're conversating, Clark Kent can hear that.
Yeah.
So he hears everything that's going on. And you know, Alfred's like, go here, go here, go here, go here, go here. And Clark Kent can hear all of that.
Yep.
And Diana, aka Wonder Woman, she's also there.
Yep.
And most likely she could hear all of that.
Oh.
So Bruce Wayne goes to this place. He puts like this little device to try to, you know, hack the computer systems of fucking LexCorp.
Yep.
He leaves, he conversates, he goes back, the device is gone.
Yep.
So you're all right. The device is gone. Oh God. First of all, he hung it, he didn't hide it. The thing is big as hell. This is Batman, we're here.
Yeah.
I remember when during the Avengers movie when Tony you know, used this little bitty finger type device and stuck it to actually
hack the shield carrier.
Yeah.
The helicarrier. Yep.
And Bruce Wayne just had a little phone type of, or it looked like an old ass pager or something. Hangs it up. He didn't bother to try to fucking hide it.
Yep.
Just hangs it up, and then next thing you know, Wonder Woman ends up with it.
Yep. Yeah.
She ends up with it. And she's like, yeah, I was here looking for something too. And I'm like, okay, woman, with what? What the fuck were you going to, what were you looking for? How the fuck you were going to get it? You didn't have any type of technology or anything like that. What, were you going to use your lasso of truth? No, you weren't even in the Wonder Woman costume yet. So she steals this device from Bruce Wayne and leaves, gets away, clean.
Yep.
Didn't get stopped, oh God. Where is Bruce Wayne's catching up and pickpocketing skills?
You know, what's
You're
funny
telling me that shit didn't happen?
You know, what's funny is that he does end up catching up to her later on, and she's like, "No, I just borrowed it from you. It's
in your glove compartment.
Yeah, you're gonna find it in the glove
in your car.
Yeah, you know, and it's one of those things where it was like, okay, that didn't hurt too much, all right. But what ends up happening is that we find out that Lex has gotten a hold of this huge chunk of kryptonite, and he's basically going to go ahead and use it to make a weapon against Superman. All right. Surprise, surprise. Batman has the same fucking idea. He breaks into LexCorp, steals it. Okay.
And that happened after the courtroom bombing.
Yeah, that happens after the courtroom bombing.
After the hearing bombing.
All right. But before that happens, all right, you know, we find out that Superman's got it in for Batman. Okay. Who the hell is this guy to go ahead and carry out justice like a vigilante? You know, beating up people in Gotham. leaving him branded, which was very out of fucking place. All right. You know, I mean, Batman's calling card is usually dudes with broken bones and they're shocked out of their mind. Okay, they've got traumatic experiences from it, but the whole branding thing, I think that was a little much. All right. Although when they first show him actually hanging out there, and the cops see him for the first time, yeah, that would have been freaky. All right, and everything else. So the first time Batman and Superman actually show up is that Batman tries to take this hunk of kryptonite from Lex's goons when they're transporting it off of a ship towards LexCorp. All right. So what he does is that, you know, when they get it on the fucking truck and they finally start rolling it out, huge fucking chase, explosions all over the fucking place and everything. Those things on the front of the Batmobile, they're guns, all right? And he's shooting motherfuckers, okay?
Not only that, he's using the Batmobile as a weapon.
Yeah, you know,
run into shit.
Not just run into things, but through shit, all right? He is literally running through walls and other vehicles, fucking ships,
dragging vehicles
along. You know, and you know, during the chase, Superman, instead of chasing after
the bad guys,
the people that Batman is chasing after, he decides that he's gonna land down in the center of the fucking road, right in the path of the Batmobile. Okay, knock it off the way, run up to it, pull the roof off, tell Batman, don't ever light the fucking bat signal again. All right. This is me being merciful. You've been warned, and he takes off. All right. And at that point, that's when Batman goes ahead and does the whole thing. Do you bleed? Well, you will. Right. Which was just, since unfortunately for the trailers, that particular line had absolutely no fucking
no meaning.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Fast forward a little bit, you know, because they've got these dream sequences in the midst of the movie during the first 90 minutes, which if you would have removed, probably would have shaved the movie down by a good 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. And really, they're the only thing that any of the dream sequences actually functionally served is when the Flash shows up in one of Batman's dream sequences. All right. So not only is Batman, he's supposed to be a regular human, but it turns out that like maybe either somebody's sending him messages or he's fucking psychic in some way. All right.
In the on one of the dreams that he had, that you saw the parademons.
Yeah, and they go ahead, they show the parademons, and there's this huge Omega symbol, which is, you know, Darkseid's fucking symbol in the midst of this barren wasteland that's on fire and shit, right? So obviously they're laying hints to future movies, all right? Fast forward, Batman eventually gets hold of the chunk of kryptonite, all right? They don't even show him breaking into LexCorp and actually getting it, but he gets a hold of it, right?
As soon as that bomb goes off, Batman gets, you know, pissed. He goes to LexCorp, he steals it, leaves a Batarang behind. Why the fuck would that?
Like, there's no question who it was that got this. It was me, motherfucker, pretty much, all right? So what he does is that he creates 3 kryptonite grenades, all right, to be shot out of an AR-15 rocket grenade launcher, all right, and a spear.
A kryptonite spear.
Yeah, a kryptonite spear, okay? In the meantime, we find out that, you know, Lex Luthor's goons go out of their way to kidnap both Lois Lane and Martha Kent, all right, Superman's surviving parent. He takes them away someplace. He decides that he's going to drop Lois Lane off the top of a building to lure out Batman.
Let's stop right there. Okay. Going to get Martha Kent, what does that entail?
Well, the only purpose that served was that bullshit reason that got him to stop fighting.
Well, no. What I'm saying is Lex Luthor knows who Superman is.
Yeah. All right.
That's why they got Martha Kent.
Yeah. It actually turns out that Lex Luthor knows who Superman is, who Batman is, who the Flash is, who Wonder Woman is. He knows about the existence of Cyborg and fucking Aquaman. All right. So yeah, that's your base 7 characters for the fucking Justice League, right?
All of that.
All right.
All of LexCorp finding all of that makes no sense.
All right.
It just fucking doesn't.
And the fact that, you know, all of that footage was, all of that being exposed was through like, footage that was like security shit and stuff that was kind of shoved in right at the end. Oh yeah, by the way, remember these folks, they're gonna show up too, you know?
Yeah.
That's kind of how it was. But what happens is that he goes ahead and he kidnaps those two. He throws Lois Lane off the top of the building, which
just says fuck it.
Yeah.
And coincidentally, Superman shows up. Now, look.
Yeah.
There's no way that should have happened. There's no way it should have happened the way it did. Superman was nowhere near, and just Lex Luthor just nonchalantly just pushes her off.
Yep.
And Lois, there's not a lot of panicking. She's like, I know this blue motherfucker's gonna come and save me. Yeah.
A little bit.
Oh, behold.
No. Catch me. All right. And he catches her. Okay. All right. Lo and behold, he catches her. He rescues her. Faces Lex. He's like, that was the wrong thing to do. Lex pretty much says, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something, big boy Blue Scout. I know you're a mama's boy. I got your mama too. All right.
Has pictures of his mom, Martha Kent,
tied up. All right.
Wasn't it Polaroids?
Yeah, I know. Polaroids don't even. I don't think any Polaroids exist anymore.
They do, but to a point.
Yeah. You know, it's usually something you see in snuff films. But aside from that, all right. So he's got pictures of Martha Kent, and he tells him, "Look, you kill the bat. Bring me the head of the bat. I'll release your mom. All right. You got an hour to do this. Okay."